4 minutes after, and I will call this meeting to order. And we will start first with the privilege of number one. And I don't see anybody out there who. Okay, what we'll do is we'll move. Awesome. What is the thing you're both here on this, correct?
Yeah, I've got the sign update for you for the
sign up
selectmen
project. And where is the thing about
and the grill and
town
chill
I got it here.
Neighborhood.
All right, so we'll entertain Tom Gross first, or he will entertain us.
Okay. I'm going to use the chair.
You want to
because you set it up.
She's upstairs. She'll write that check for you.
That's right.
I'm going to do the sign
I want to
first.
hear this. Can I have 5 minutes? Or no?
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
just give it to her and she'll do the check. She'll be right back.
This is awesome.
Do the sign first.
Yeah, I'm going to get the sign right here. All right, so this is the update on the sign and our entrance and the road work and all of that. We sent out 3 bids for the masonry.
We sent out the spec.
And we didn't publicly announce it, we just sent it to 3 companies. Is that what I'm
That's
hearing?
Right.
Okay.
The top 3 in New Hampshire.
Okay.
From our research. We finalized the plans with the engineers and with the engineering, and we'll be sending out the engineering bids for the paving groundwork. And that will be going out, and we hope to have all bids from the engineering, the paving work, the mason work by July 18th selectmen meeting.
Okay.
We hope to have them all by beginning of July. And
Right. And what are you putting for an anticipated start date on these projects?
so a couple of weeks to get the bids finalized, and we're on track for the beginning of August. And then we have to wait and see what their schedules are.
Contractors. schedule.
Okay, so
Get us on their docket.
we're not gonna interfere with summer, we're gonna wait till after Labor Day before any work starts.
Well, we'd like to begin before Labor Day. If the contractor is available in August, we will get them
All
going.
right, Chris, any
As
public
soon as
safety
they-
concerns?
Just be coordinating with Jim and construction people and whatever they're doing.
Jim, do you have any concerns with?
No, the
construction
bid-
times, any of the stuff you're doing?
There will be a requirement in the bid docs that state that traffic has to be maintained at all times. It may be, it'll be single lane traffic.
Right, and we don't have any big groups we're going to, that we might impact?
It's just Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, what about, when is our Tessa coming this year or next year?
This year,
When are they here?
September,
Okay,
mid-September.
Like 22nd-ish.
okay. How long, what are we figuring for time frame of construction and everything else? Ballpark.
Mark might have a better idea on that. I think it was 3 months. It was definitely having it all wrapped up before
Right.
Thanksgiving.
It'll all depend upon the paving date. So,
Okay, now.
and what the selected contractor's availability.
So we're paying attention to what we've got coming in. We don't want to have a torn up entrance and a screwy traffic thing for a big conference like Tessa or something, where we're going to try to show our best face.
Weekends are just gonna bring it back to normal, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Good to know. All right,
So that's the update on the sign.
excellent. Rich, any questions?
No, well, actually, just one question. So it's possible that the sign work will be going on, ending as the dam work is beginning.
Correct.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
Come on up, Brooks.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
I think I wish I had a microphone.
Good job, Tom.
It would. I mean, we need channel 6 back.
A microphone and a bus.
You know what? That was
We
one of the
do.
big losses of this valley.
Absolutely. I wish
Not
we
because I
had,
did it, but in
I
general.
wish we had it back. I
It
love
was
being
You want to
interviewed.
introduce your
You would
fellow
have been
sports,
great
would
on Channel 6. Oh, yeah.
First ski area in America that had live television. Now we don't even have it. Anyway, that's a tangent. Okay, so this is our neighborhood cookout,
Yeah.
which was so successful last year for the 50th. And everybody budget, which hopefully we won't have to use, but it's there for either seed money or if we're over by a few dollars. Do you want
I think we do plan to use that because I don't think the cost of the,
to 10?
well, the cost of the like whatever we encourage people to come to it. So I do think we would probably have to subsidize a bit, but it wouldn't be half as expensive as it was last year because we're not buying all the pictures and
Right.
materials, things like that we.
What was the net last year? Or the gross on the tickets?
I really don't.
Close to 5, if it was, we sold out at 200 people.
200 people.
Yeah, and there were some kid tickets in there, but yeah, essentially.
Between $3,800 and $4,000 last year from ticket sales.
Yeah.
So we could cover most of the
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah, so we'll cover most of the cost. Saturday, August 11th, the Grill and Chill Neighborhood Cookout, second annual.
Oh, it'd be first annual. Last year was the 50th anniversary.
Well, give me the first annual.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be the first annual,
And it was at the same venue?
yes.
the same venue.
Same setup, same face.
We definitely had talked with Sean and we're doing some changes in the menu based on what people liked last year, and so that'll be, would essentially be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, how would we work
Well,
that
can
exactly?
there's something else that's in the
What else?
works
Yeah.
that might be very much appropriate.
What's that?
I can't say yet.
Well, you can't say we're going with historic.
Can we table where it goes?
Table, but it will be for
For
a
like-
charitable.
Yes, this would be
community
charitable.
Like what are we talking about, like a percentage
charity.
of, a
Yeah,
percentage of
we'll try to
Something to
figure it out,
donate.
and maybe we'll add it, maybe
Yeah.
there'll be ways for people to donate.
okay.
Can I say what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, after Tom Corcoran passed away, they discovered $19,000 that was set in a fund for a chapel, the Robert F. Kennedy Chapel. And so it's being resurrected, for the lack of.
No pun
intended. So it's being resurrected.
Do you still have Howard's plans for that and Howard's mock-up of that? Does anyone have it?
No, I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, Howard, the Grimes
Howard
family
Grimes.
has this.
Howard Grimes?
Yeah, Howard Grimes family Howard and I spent a lot of time when I was president of the foundation working on it. But
Right.
the chapel, there is a mock-up of it, and it's a very nice, simple building that would fit perfectly into the land we had discussed years ago for it.
Right, well, the Waterville Company, Tom was going to donate land for this, so. Anyway, this is what, if this comes to fruition, be doing big fundraising, and this would be, weddings and.
Similar to, a very, very simple rustic appropriate. for-
Good.
Because I would imagine the arbor would be, anyway, that's just something else that there would be a big fundraising effort going on in there, so that could be part of it.
Now, we don't want to make the focus be the fundraising,
No,
right?
no,
We want this to be sort of a,
About the burgers.
yeah, I mean, just literally about kind of a reunion of sorts every summer, and this is just part of it is, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Instead of being
Absolutely.
focused, like
It's
it's not a
not the focus.
fundraiser.
No.
The Grill and Chill Neighborhood Cookout. So we're all set on that?
Yeah, for now.
So we're okay to use 5K
Yeah, we
as
appropriated
seed
the
money.
5K,
Alright, good.
and let's try to create a surplus somehow.
Yes.
And also do some invitations,
Well, we will do a mailer to
Yeah.
all of the property owners.
okay. with
Because
the-
this is the focus is
Right.
property owners.
And do you want there to be, what do you want the price to be? I mean, with the surplus in mind, what do you want the price to be?
I think $20 is appropriate.
20 and 10 like we did last year.
Okay,
$10
so
for
we
the
want to do
kids.
kids again, so 20 and 10, all right.
Come, first serve.
First come,
Or
first
maybe,
served.
could we think about doing a rec thing for kids and keep the kids out of the pool area and away so it's more of an adult scene, but there is.
But have them,
Right.
why not have them use the splash pad and swim?
Because then the parents don't have to watch.
Yeah, there were very few kids
Yeah.
last year, very few. We could run a kids' night out or something
something-
like that, so that it's
Yeah.
literally off-site. I mean, we could do
Just
that.
an idea, and then the idea about putting the shuttle into effect, we'll talk to the mountain about that.
Okay,
Just having it to go around if they want to ride home.
all right,
Yeah, so people aren't driving and people aren't parking up the whole,
yeah,
building there,
okay.
which is straight very nice.
Well, we'll look at this would be for August 11th.
Yeah.
And we'll look at because we already have plans for August 11th, probably to direct that night, so I just have to make sure it would fit in.
Yeah, see what we can do.
Okay.
My last was just, with lack of property owners coming into the valley. Could the town possibly consider helping to market the town?
Well,
Is that something that,
I think what the town has done in the past, and has been more than, well, just to do, is if a proposal comes up that where the town can support in any way, shape, or form, that works, we're not adverse to helping that and supporting. But does the town gonna create a marketing department and all that stuff? No, because the factors are so numerable to get our marketing together here. The way our marketing is being current done, when it is being marketed, our lack of beds, our lack of effort in, booking midweek. Is the venues and everything else. But that just doesn't exist.
so if a project is
Right,
presented,
when the wedding thing came up, we contributed $7,500 a year in advertising for the wedding to get the wedding people up there. We contributed to get those triathlons and other stuff, so we don't have a problem with it, but.
so when I go to the planning board on Thursday or whenever the next one is, tomorrow, and I asked them to consider at least thinking about building fields.
We've had
Down.
this discussion, Tom.
I know we have, but I was told to go to the planning board and we're gonna try and get that
Right.
going.
Get it up, and something like that would be a town vote, that's
Yeah.
the amount of money you're talking about here is not something we.
No,
Select
that's
we can
fine.
do. But yeah, no, all those things are viable, thoughtable, and plottable. But, let's take the first steps and get it moving.
Yeah, okay. We do that tomorrow morning. Bring in lacrosse tournaments and soccer tournaments and camps.
Make sure you have your beds and places to feed these people. That's,
Well,
I thought you were talking about taxpayer, like more property owners.
well, that too.
Yeah, that
I
would be
got
like
all
more like
kinds
an
of things
economic
going on.
development, right?
I got all kinds of things happening.
Well, right now, our property values are going down.
Right.
And everywhere else in the state, they're going up.
Mhm.
Man, that's
So-
insane.
That's
oh,
not,
we have a specific inventory that is very tight. And I'll give you a quick analogy that will sum it up, because I've worked on this mentally, because that's how I drive my income, selling properties to people who want to live here. Let's take $160,000 and put it over here. I'm the young family, I want to spend $160,000 on a house. I'm in Waterville Valley, gee, for $160,000, what am I gonna get? Well, I'm over at Windsor Hill, there's a couple of 2 bedrooms, maybe a 3-bedroom that needs some work. And, oh God, I'm in Campton or Thornton, and I've got a 3-bedroom cape with a garage and an acre and a half on a flat lot. Where am I gonna go? We don't have the housing stock and the ability to extend the housing stock to create a marketplace for these young families coming in. The value is just not there. The school has got a tremendous amount of value to us, but with the advent of the internet, the school you're in doesn't make that much of a difference. If you have a motivated teacher and a motivated student, with the internet, you can get an education pretty much as good as anybody, anywhere, because it's out there for you, where 10 years ago it wasn't. That's our biggest thing to overcome. Years ago, Ray Kucharski talked about building affordable housing in the valley and getting some land to do that. I think those are things we should probably revisit and get back to look at. But as far as getting these young families in to sustain us, the value is just not here right now. And if you can come up with a way to I've been pounding my head until my dad's here, of how to overcome that simple issue.
Has the affordable housing gone anywhere?
No, it's been dropped because we don't have that much land. What we want to do is we want to create affordable housing that's comparable to a property where a family can feel they belong and they've got their freedom and space.
Mhm.
These condominiums just don't do it.
Not worth discussing.
We
We're gonna have to
can't
do
not
something.
discuss these things.
We're gonna have to do
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
Okay, and
Thanks,
that's
Tom.
all on my agenda.
All right, appreciate it.
See you tomorrow morning.
Thanks for.
Well, she'll see you.
I'll see you tomorrow
9:30,
morning,
Right?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
I think they said 9:30 that they.
Oh, by the
Oh,
time
yeah,
you get to it, yeah.
Yeah. You-
I'd be here between 9
Hey,
and
I don't know if they
9:15.
afford me the courtesy that you find selectmen do by moving me up.
Well, it's all that
Privilege of the floor.
It's all that pizza you provided our kids over the years.
That's right.
That counts for something.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's
Girls,
skip,
thank
you.
completely skip around and while we have Brooke, we get your report.
Hi. Let's see, this weekend, or actually on Friday, we have the dock scheduled for delivery, the new dock. I don't know if that will be put in until Monday, until the next week, but it will be delivered. We have our staff orientation part of it kicking off on Saturday. Just continue to get more campers. We're really, have a lot of campers signed up right now and just gearing up for summer.
Great.
So, yeah, not much new. Yeah.
Making money with the wall?
Right now, Conwell's been super slow. Yeah, not the right season for the Conwell. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the whole rec is slow right now, even pickleball, barely showing up.
Rich, any questions? Yeah. All right, great.
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Let's move to public safety, which is Chris
All right.
out here as well.
We got our reports back for the ladder truck from UL. And we sent it out to a couple different mechanics that can fix all of the things that were flagged, just to digest it a little bit and give us some numbers and guidance in that.
Anything really major that came up?
Yeah. It's gonna take someone to come out and look at it and see how major it is, but there's one bearing in the turntable that's no good, and that means they gotta take the whole ladder off the truck, fix it, etc. And that can be $60,000 to $80,000 in repairs. So I just need to get all of that and present it and show it all in writing and see where we go from there. On the right side, all of our engines passed the pump test yesterday. We did a pump test from our annual, and they all passed with flying colors. And that's pretty much it.
Staff happy, healthy,
Yep.
everyone?
Yep.
Everything's good. Good. All right, thanks.
Mhm.
All right. Let's go over to Jim.
Not much, I just normal stuff with roadside mowing. I keep the town looking pretty good. We did, do a little project, below the gazebo, on Snows Mountain Road. And we've got that all graded out and cleaned up and looking pretty good. And, it's a nice little spot, it would be a pretty good venue for some small happening, I would think. It's got a nice view. Other than that, things are going along pretty well.
Okay. Well, 3 update?
Well,
You wanna do that now or
what do
later?
you want to do it now?
I figure we'd get the people.
We have a meeting scheduled for Tuesday, Jamie Emery from Emery and Garrett. They're going up to look at the site. He has a rough plan for the installation of the cover and the fence. Here on site and compare their plan to current conditions. In addition to that, we have had a serious problem at Pump House 1. It appears that Pump House 1, that's what pumps the water out of well 3.
Yeah.
It appears it was struck by lightning, and the building, all of the electrical system in the building was fried, including the transformer that runs, the controls that run well 3. Did you figure out today if you can check the pump?
We will have to rent a generator.
Okay.
And bring it out to the pump site.
So
And,
right now, we cannot pump any water using well 3's pump.
Well,
Because,
3 is out of commission anyways.
well, yes, but we need to sample it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to use a hand pump to do the water samples. And if Jamie needs us to pump well 3, we're gonna have to figure out a way to do that. But we also do not know, until we get this generator, we don't know if the pump itself was part of the
When
lightning.
did this happen?
We don't know,
And how do we know it's lightning if we don't know when it happened?
because you go in and you can see where the lightning bolt
Okay,
went
no, I'm
through.
just
No,
asking, I don't know.
it actually, you
What do
can
I know
see
from
all the
lightning?
burn,
yeah,
all the burn marks, and
yeah, you can,
we're getting an estimate right now. The
Now, is
rough
that-
estimate is about 60 to 70,000.
Is that force majeure insurance?
Yes, it's actually, the insurance adjuster was here today and confirmed what our electrician said.
Yeah.
So
So we're covered.
we are covered. We need to talk to Primex about how we approach the repairs to the building. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah. Why it didn't burn down?
we don't know.
Yes.
The fire department, got a good fire department.
Yeah, right. You
Yeah.
scare the
Save the
lightning.
Yeah.
That's right.
But aren't
Scared
we
the
using
lightning.
that pump house is just alive so we can pump water to the pumper?
Right.
No, where that pump house pumps.
Yes, I understand, but the
well
water
three.
coming out of well 1 was only being used to pump for water, not for drinking.
Yes, it was drinking. Before well 3 became contaminated.
Right.
That pump house was pumping drinking
I
water.
understand that. I'm just talking about the water coming out of well 1.
After contamination,
Yeah. Remember, this is my memory, is that we're keeping well 1 alive to be used for, pumping snow or pumping
No,
tankers.
well 1 is totally disconnected from everything. It is not
Right.
connected to that building anymore.
So you can't get water out of it?
No, you cannot.
I thought we were leaving it open. Chris, am I right or wrong?
No, we did not decommission
Right.
well 1.
Well, what's the
with
difference
state.
between unconnected and decommissioned? No, I just don't understand, Mark.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there was a pipe that went from well 1 to that pump house
Correct.
and then went out to the distribution system.
Yeah.
We disconnected that line. That line is no longer in existence. We capped it. Well 1 is still,
It's still a viable
It's still a
well
viable
for
well
some use.
for
in the
some
future.
use, if somebody else connects to it. Short
for
time, but
firefighting.
we capped it because there was always the chance of contaminating.
Yeah,
The water
I've heard of this. So I was right with thinking we were using that for.
There was a short time where that's all it was being used
That's all
for.
that could be used
Yeah.
for. That's
That's
right.
all what we're doing out there, Rich. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, the flip side is, well 3, as it sat prior to the lightning strike, could have been used for that purpose.
Yeah, gotcha, I gotcha.
But now it can't be.
Right, because there's no pump.
Well, we don't know if there's a pump or
There's
not.
no electricity.
There's no electricity.
No, I'm on the same page.
All
I
right,
just wanted to be
yeah.
sure, I
Yeah.
just didn't hear.
Yeah.
I think you both were thinking of different time
Time
frames.
Yeah, so I never heard that we disconnected. I thought it was always still there for you guys. to-
Well, it became problematic because it's a low capacity well. It only provides about 85 gallons a minute. And it has become problematic because of additional testing that we needed to do to it and additional costs associated with that testing for beryllium and other things. And so we decided to disconnect it
Yeah.
from the
Okay.
system,
Yeah, I just wasn't aware of that.
which made BES very happy.
I'm sure. Okey doke. Anything for Jim?
And well, while we have all three of
Wait a
you
second, I got one
here.
for Jim, I'm not done.
Okay.
I should speak polite over here. Cemetery plaque.
Yes,
A citizen has been asking me at every opportunity.
I have two plaques.
Yes,
I have two plaques to go on the rock,
yes,
or a rock, and we were going to start on that next week.
next week.
Yeah.
All right, I just have to let them know.
Yeah, and hopefully by the end of the week, the two plaques will be in place.
Please let me know that they are so I can let him know.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, now since we have all three of them.
Yes, the vehicle situation for maintenance. So we've been looking, Chris has had a demonstration of a replacement
Mhm.
RTV, replacement
Yeah.
for the Kubota.
Mhm.
So we have one of two choices. We can purchase a new machine for the public safety department, transfer equipment, lights, that sort of thing over from the Kubota, the
Yeah.
existing one, over to the new vehicle, and let public works and rec use the old Kubota. Or we can keep the old Kubota in place for public safety and buy a six-wheel lesser vehicle for public works and rec to use for grounds maintenance. The cost difference between those two is probably 20,000 or so, 18 to
Probably
20
max.
max.
Wait
Yeah,
a minute, is that all
For-
inclusive 20 or 20?
all inclusive, right?
So for $20,000, we would get a new Kubota for public safety and the other one would go to rec and public works.
That's correct.
What,
And
what does a Kubota cost?
20,
Yeah.
18
Yeah, no, I'm
to 20.
figuring the cost of moving the
18 to
wire.
20.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's all part of that 18 to 20.
Yeah.
We can move the lights and.
Oh, yeah, we do that.
We do all of that ourselves.
What do you think, Chris?
Well, it's kind of hard because what Brooke and Jim needs is much different than what
Right.
we need. So when I started, I was a little naive in how much they were cost for the capabilities that we needed. So I told Mark what we came up with for prices, and that was the best I could do. And then again, we realized that they don't need as much. They don't need the independent suspension and the long beds and all that stuff. So.
I think that if we were to replace the public safety Kubota right now and continue to use our existing one for the grounds maintenance needs, that actually saves us money in the long run. Because if we spent, we've got two quotes here from New Hampshire companies of around $10,000 for the grounds maintenance
Right.
gator. We still have to replace that Kubota within the next couple of years. It's in the CIP, and it's gonna end up costing us way more than $10,000 to do that.
And
So,
in a real emergency, we'd have two Kubotas.
that's right, and because
Yeah.
the six-wheel is
It's
not
only
gonna have
good for
that
the six-wheel.
capability, that's right.
So it's a $10,000 difference.
And there is value in the Kubota still.
That's
You know,
right,
It's still like 5,000. Like if we were to go out and buy one, and be trading that in,
That's
so the
right.
net would be a lot
But instead of
less.
spending 10 for a machine that's specific to you guys.
Right.
We're spending,
18.
what do you, Brooke
18
and
to
Jim,
20.
your thoughts?
Well, my thought is this, as much as we would like to have one of those units for us,
Which units?
one of the
Kubota
The-
or
the
the
Gator.
John Deere, the Gator.
The Gator. I think that in the best interest of the town, I think it's better money spent to get a vehicle that EMS can use, and because they're gonna have to upgrade at some point in time anyways. So I think in the long run, I think we can get by very well with the existing Kubota, and like Chris and new company get the new one. I think that's money better spent.
Okay, Brooke,
I'm in line with their thoughts.
I agree. Rich? Yeah. All right, so can I make a motion? Or where's the money coming from?
The money will come from the leftover monies in the generator replacement and pickup truck purchase line items,
And how much is in there?
22,000 between the two.
I think I will make a motion to buy a new Kubota for the public safety department, not to exceed $20,000.
I'm sorry, can we not call it a Kubota?
A new-
A new ATV, RTV.
RTV.
So what are we getting?
UTV. No, UTV. There's many different companies
There's
that
many
make it
different
similar.
companies. We're not gonna
Okay.
necessarily buy a Kubota.
A new RTV,
Mhm.
not to exceed $20,000, with the old machine to go to public works dash recreation.
I said,
All in favor? Aye. Good. I see your new guy driving that lawnmower all over town.
Yeah. And the town car.
And the town car.
Yeah, he needs something.
That's when we'll start tearing that thing down.
remember the selectmen have been driving a lawnmower around?
No, he doesn't. All right, great.
All right, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so taking care of everybody there, we can go back to our agenda. Let's talk about approving the minutes of the 24th.
And along.
Start tearing.
I have to tell you, I was not there at most of the meeting, so. I'm gonna leave your
I don't,
comments
there's
on.
no, because we don't have any.
I didn't have anything on the
24th? Okay, so
Um,
need me?
if you'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the 24th.
I don't think there's anything else.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes of the 24th.
I will second them. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's go to the minutes of the
Oh,
30th.
water sewer lines.
30th, I had,
You all said it.
I
I had a couple, why don't you go ahead?
I have line 29 and 30.
Yep.
Sentence makes no sense.
Yeah.
This is the 30th.
This is the 30th.
30th, what
30th,
line? I'm sorry.
29 and 30.
line 29.
General overhead is also ahead of the budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the continuing over.
Yeah, I'll fix that.
What?
For
I just don't understand the meaning.
plenty, as reported before is what it should say. Because I brought it up each week, each meeting. So it should just be as reported.
Yeah, and also, we're on 30, yeah?
Yeah.
Property tax prepayments, that's a sentence, yeah? Taken in, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
property tax prepayments were taken in 2017.
As to where
They show.
they show, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, in revenues. Very good.
Okay.
All right, what else you got, Rich?
43,
Mhm.
Brook Wakefield went very well with 141 participants.
Brooke, all right. No, that was
That's the
the
casting,
casting for Kirby
Kirby.
event.
It went.
yeah, Brook Wakefield reported that casting. I think something like that got lost in the 49. Brooke addressed that need for a vehicle for his position. I don't know, need auto vehicle.
Yeah, I knew that was.
All right, I'm fine with that.
49.
Don't forget it.
Okay.
52, 53.
53.
52, because a discussion following suggested that a new one was purchased for public safety and that their current one was passed on to the tenses of
Will be.
Yeah,
Will be.
yeah.
Okay.
65, going once, going twice.
Mhm.
The dreaded missing comma, I think. Snows Mountain Casino, right? Gazebo,
Yeah.
comma.
Yeah.
Snows Mountain Road and Cascade Ridge washout areas.
Yeah. Okay.
75. Is areas of Nelson Path or area of Nelson Path?
In the area.
Area of Nelson Path. And last, yay, 203. Way down the bottom.
I had something in the 90s. Okay.
Okay.
From 95 to 98, we talked about what they were gonna do to the Water Hole campground. And one of the key things that I got out of it, they were gonna expand it so larger vehicles would be able to get there. I'm not
That's
seeing
great.
that in that paragraph.
And to allow for larger RVs to access, how about
Okay.
that?
Good.
Right.
Larger
Larger RV.
RVs to
To
access.
Right, back to you, Rich.
203, I think should be passing and not passes.
Yeah, I have that too.
Passing.
Yeah, passing through the, nesting,
Okay.
passing through.
Yeah,
planning
got it.
board.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, great. Well, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're done financial report. I didn't see anything here that concerned me.
No,
How about you, Rich?
No.
All right,
Fine.
next board meeting is
We shifted the others, I'm good for the other 2 dates.
okay.
okay.
Employment ed updates, we've done that. All right, we will move to new business. Appoint Paul Solomon, a full member of the zoning board of adjustment. How would you like to do that, Rich?
That's fine.
All right, let's make the motion.
I move that we appoint Paul Salmian to be a full member of the zoning board of adjustment.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the abatement request? I didn't have a problem with it.
No problem here.
No problem. Okay, Mike, we have the abatement forms that you're gonna need to sign, so
Right.
can I call you when they are ready?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're all approved as presented?
Yep.
Okay, Mike, could you sign?
All right, great. Some of that we've done.
Okay.
RSA 7281 of the application draft.
Yeah, do you, so this form, is the one that's Milford Vale for 7281. And so this form would be the form that we would hand to somebody if they came in and said, you know, we are interested in applying for the tax exemption for commercial properties. There isn't a lot that any type of backup regulation would require other than, you know, you have to do it and the selectmen will review it at their next regular meeting and
Okay,
blah, blah, blah. So,
I do have one thing that I would add to this.
okay,
That I don't know if New Hampshire calls it a certificate of good standing.
okay,
What that is, Rich, you know what it is?
No.
When a corporation comes in or an entity comes in to apply for any kind of grant or any kind of exception to the rule, you want to make sure that all of their state and local taxes have been paid, so they're not in arrears
right,
or anything. So it needs
Okay.
a certificate of good standing from the
to be
state,
attached.
from the state and the town. So if we had someone who was, you know, had a water bill that was delinquent for, 2 years and they came in for this,
Special.
it would be a little bit of a lever for
Right.
us to get that paid.
Gotcha. Very good.
Got it. I will add that.
All right. Draft of changes to the water and sewer regulations.
Okay, so, you have the highlighted pages in your packet. These are made, I mean, we basically have made up this language we looked at the average use for a family of 4 for the state of New Hampshire, which is 60,000 gallons a year. We say that, so you take quarterly, that would be 15,000 gallons a quarter. And then these penalties would go into effect as they're laid out. So we would look at say a residential property that has a flat rate fee.
Right.
If they use more than the 15,000 gallons, from 0 to 1,000 gallons more, they would get a written notice. If they used up to 2,500 gallons more, they get a bill for $20.
Right.
And then 50, and then more than 5,000 gallons more, 100. Just so you know, we did a monthly meter reading, there were 171 accounts that were on pace to exceed the 15,000 gallons
Okay.
For the quarter.
And what was that mix made up of?
That's all residential.
Yeah, but is it condos? Is it
No, it's a
houses?
mix. It's a mix of,
Is it someone who's got a garden? Is it someone?
they may,
Yeah.
we haven't done that level of investigation,
Okay.
but we've identified 171, so.
What I think we need to do, and this is just from looking at this really quickly.
Yeah.
And I think we need to hold off on this for a minute and look at consecutive quarters of overuse. Because we might have someone who uses, a normal amount of water regularly, but wants to plant a garden or wants to do something like that. So for maybe 1 or 2 quarters, they're going to be over. And if they run over, that's like this thing here, 2 more consecutive quarters, a penalty fee of $250 per quarter. So we might be putting a tax on someone who wants to garden. I'm just my first look at it, so.
No, I understand, but that is exactly how this type of a fee structure is used in other municipalities,
Yeah.
is we don't want people irrigating their lawns and their gardens
Yeah, but
using our treated water. Because
what if
it's-
someone doesn't have the other opportunity? We have to weigh the pluses and the cons of people wanting to have a nice property that shows and looks nicely, or that they want to raise food or something.
Well, they can
like
do that. They can do that, but they will have to pay for the excess use.
that. I've got you, but I'm looking at this thing here. Oh, this is commercial leak is $250.
Right, right.
Okay, it's not a
Yeah.
regular.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we
I'm
do.
just wondering how many gallons you would use in a quarter to create a garden, if you watered your yard every night.
Well, we have people that are using 10,000 gallons a month to irrigate their lawn.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, we have some pretty serious uses that are we know they're irrigation because they happen in the spring and the summer, and they're not
Okay.
happening in the winter,
But my
so they
question
don't
is,
have a
there are
leak.
so few of these people
right?
that I think it's an unfair burden on them.
Well, but they're using, we are treating that water.
No, I
And
understand.
other
your
people
side.
are paying for that water to be treated. So let them use the water. I don't think we need to care about that necessarily, just have them pay an additional
Because
fee
everybody
because
is.
everybody else
paying
is
this-
subsidizing. them.
Yeah.
At
Everybody's
this
paying
point.
pretty much the same.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just trying to figure out a way
Where-
that I don't want someone coming in here going, I'm paying a huge amount to have a garden.
But the flip side would be if they have this garden and it's not their primary home, and
Right.
and they have a home elsewhere, I'm 99.9% sure that the utility that they are getting their water
I've
from
got
is
I've got
charging
you,
them
but I
for it.
think, I don't know where the numbers lie. I don't know if this.
That the letter that would go out alerts them to, hey, wait a second, maybe I've got a toilet that's running.
That's right.
Yeah,
And I should fix that.
Well, and we also have the people in the winter who are primarily summer residents. $7,000 gallons more
Okay.
than they normally would because they've left the water running. They have their property manager go in January and February and turn a faucet on so that they don't freeze up. That's all wasted water. I mean, the intent of this is to get people to conserve.
And we are required,
That's right.
we
To have
are
a
required
conservation
because we've
plan.
accepted federal funding
Right.
to have a water conservation
Gotcha.
program in place. And this is
Yeah.
just.
So, I don't know, I'm with you, Mike, I don't know if these are, legitimate numbers. I think we have to look at it for a couple of quarters.
Yeah.
But we should, I think, start notifying people that, hey, you're on a leak report, and we
Of course.
saw that you used
Yes, if you-
16,000 gallons
Exactly,
more
if they,
than normal.
if they don't
Yeah.
respond to a warning or notification they're on the leak resort, there should be penalties without that.
Right. Yeah. And then if those people have an irrigation system or whatever, and they tell us about it, at least we know, and they can pay an extra fee while they irrigate. We're not telling people to turn it off yet.
This is the first place I lived that you didn't pay for the water you used.
Right. Well,
Just
that
straight
we can't,
But other
that
places
we
have
can't.
huge sewage fee,
Right.
sewer, like the city of Boston, Newton, places like that.
Right.
Your sewer fee offset most of your cost for your water.
Right, I see.
Well, we can't based on usage because of the small number of full-time residents. We'd have some people with $5,000 water bills comparatively, because our fees would have to be so
But-
high
right.
per gallon.
That's the question of deciding how much is the upper limit
Yeah.
before we put in any sort
That's
of
right.
warning or fee
That-
structure.
That's my question.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're getting at, so.
All right, so we will start notifying, just so you know,
Yeah.
we'll start notifying people on the leak report. And then we will continue to watch these numbers
Yeah.
before we put this into place. And we'll report out each month or each quarter to you.
Excellent. All right, we're gonna move on to old business opportunity zone designation.
So as I wrote
Mhm.
to you in the packet, the governor's recommendation was approved by it's the Federal Treasury Department.
Yep.
So we have been designated an opportunity zone along with 26 other places in the state of New Hampshire. I don't know what that totally means yet, but I imagine that we'll be able to include that on our TAP grant application and some other applications that we might make for assistance. So it probably is a good thing that we're on that
We'll
list.
see. I think that will help the mountain problem more
Uh,
than the town.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So we can combine that with 7281, give them a tax
Yeah.
break. Let's get some investment in here and get clean stuff cleaned up.
Okay. Okay, we are on to board concerns and directives. Anything, Rich? Nothing. Mike, anything?
Nope, that's all I have. We are getting quotes. We should have the quotes for you next meeting for the repairs to the drainage
Yeah.
around here. We're just waiting for at least a second quote back.
Okay.
on that
Tap
one.
grant application?
TAP grant application LOI has been submitted, and we'll just wait and hear from DOT whether or not they're gonna let us,
Whether or not they're gonna
Right.
reject us again.
yeah,
Rich, anything?
No, I'm good.
Anything from non-public?
no.
All right, well, then, I think we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I will second it, and we will go adjourn at 3:50.
Margaret is obviously the troublemaker. We have a 51-minute meeting.
And we covered a lot.
And we can,
Are we out, Gary?
are we off?
I was trying to write, guys.
No, he just wants to say outrageous things, and he doesn't. want
No,
to be
I just.